So thanks a lot to be here today. Today we are going to talk about how you can monetize your apps and give some great things to your users in a different and new way. And this is what we call in-app merchandising. So quick poll, who has already heard about what's in-app merchandising? Please raise hands. OK, who has already heard about 3D printing? A bit more. Who has already 3D printed any character, anything that came out of their games? Hey, quite some. OK. So with FabZat, we'll see that you can go much further than this. So here is how this works directly. You're within a game, and within this game, you see a small screen telling you, hey, you can transform your virtual object, your virtual character, the one that you love, the one that you've added a cape, the one that you've added a sword, you can transform it into a real object. And there's a call to action. You click it, and then you can choose between the various objects that are available in the store. So 3D printed objects, plushies, 2D printed objects. It can be T-shirts, it can be mugs, it can be phone cases, whatever. Then you refine, you choose the scale of your object. It can be from a few centimeters, like this one that comes out of Minecraft, to very much bigger ones, up to 40 centimeters. If it's a 2D object, you can choose its options. On the T-shirt, you will choose the size, you will choose the color, or whatsoever. Then you check out, and a few days afterwards, you receive your object at home. So how this all works, it's very simple for you at least. For us, we handle the dirty part. So the first thing is that we deliver you with a plugin that is called the FabZat Shop. The FabZat Shop is available on iOS, Android, Unity, and the web. So it's something that is available for you as a free download when you're registered with us. The second thing that we provide, of course, is a payment layer, so that players can buy their things. They can pay through PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, and soon Apple Pay and Google Wallet. The third thing that we provide is production facilities. We have a very big 3D printer, a color one that delivers 6 million colors objects on which you can print this kind of objects. And this is coming from one of our partner apps named Roblox. So you can print just anything from our facilities. And we handle all of this. And of course, we ship it. And we ship it for prices ranging from 3 euros to 5 or 7 euros all around the world to 200 destinations. So here are what the products look like. Here you have the Asterix character. You've chosen the stance. You've chosen, there's your name written on it. There's your score. So it's really your character. It's really the thing that you've played with. It's your own. It can be a vehicle. It can be an armored tower like this one. It can be anything that's available in 3D or in 2D in your game. If you have only 2D assets, we have solutions for you to transform them into 3D printable items. We have a library that allows you to do this very easily. The second kind of assets that you can print for us or that players can order from us is T-shirts, mugs, phone cases, plushies, whatever. It can even be your products. Let's imagine that for your website or for a show, you've printed 1,000 items and you have 500 left. Too bad. But with the shop, you can manage your stocks and you can manage your sales directly from within the shop. And we can handle all the logistics for you if you want us to do so. So the benefits for the end user is that, of course, they transfer their affection, the time that they spent in your game, they transfer this from virtual to real. They have this object to stand and to hold when they have finished the game or when they are not playing it. The second thing is that they can show this to their friends with pride. They can even They can even tell their friends, hey, come and try to get a better figurine than the one I've got. So it's a reward. For you as a publisher, of course, it's additional revenue. And by the way this works is that we give you 70% of the profits that we make on this. So you get 70% and we get 30%. And also, it's a commitment of your players. You give them more than just the virtual world. You bring this to the real world, and you do this also by creating some real world advertising. When I have this on my desk, it reminds me every day that why not going to play a small Minecraft game, for instance. So it's real world advertising. On the business standpoint of view, you have no entry fee, no recurring fee, and you begin to make money at the first item that you sell. That's very important. And we even give you the first print of your item if you want to test. And this is free. So let's imagine that you have a game that makes 1 million downloads, just to simplify. Then you can do the math. The penetration rate or the conversion rate ranges from 0.2 to 1.5%. For the example, we are going to take 0.5%. So this makes 5,000 orders. And the average amount for an order is $20. So this makes $100,000 to share between you and us. So it's really something that can make money for you, that can make a difference. We have 16 live projects with apps, games, and websites. We have 73 registered players. I don't know if they are in the room, but I hope that they will be after this session. We have delivered more than 12,000, not 10,000, but 12,000 objects to date. And we have 70 more publishers that are either integrating right now or testing the service. Now, because this is a show and because we want to give you something special, we have a special announcement. And this is something that we are announcing today, and that is in the vein of what we have already been doing. And this thing is called Fidget Toys. Fidget Toys, I don't know if you can see the image that is behind. Yes, you can. Fidget Toys is a game changer to create personalized toys that interact with your games thanks to your device's screen. The goal is to replicate Skylander's success and extend it to any game. Just as a reminder, Skylander made $1.5 billion in 2013 just on their toys, making them the biggest toy seller at the Christmas period. That's mind-blowing for me. This market is a 10 billion market within 3 years, so there's a real big opportunity. And no game today on mobile has really taken advantage of it because it's so new. And it used to be complex to implement. So Fidget Toys, in a nutshell, it's a free SDK that provides you two things. Object authentication, so that when you put this object on your screen, it's recognized and it's authenticated. And object interaction, so that when you move it on the screen, you can move things on the screen. I have a demo for you on my iPad if you want to meet afterwards. And it's a complete service. Of course, this is completely linked to FabZat printing service, so players can order collections of figurines and interact with your games. It's available now for some select partners, and it will be available massively in the second half of the year. What we provide is richer interaction than just NFC. We can put NFC chips, and there is an NFC chip in this 3D print particularly. It's technology agnostic. It works on iPad, iPhone, and of course on Android. And it's a turnkey solution. If you want a demo, you can text me or call me. Well, that's it. Thanks for your time. And if you have any questions, I'm here on stage and after during the show. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, I mean, one thing that strikes me is that I think we'll see an increase in access to 3D printing in the home.
Yeah.
How will that affect the way that you operate? Because I suspect you can offer a scale that an individual printing wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Is that the dynamic, do you think?
So, of course, it's a key question. Where will the objects be printed in the future? Will they be printed by professional 3D printers, like ourselves, or will they be printed in homes? I would say both. And what we will be doing in the future is some DRMs to allow players to directly print from their own printers. I don't see this in the 2 or 3 coming years, but maybe the 5 to 10 years, because the printers have to become easier to master and also to deliver better results.
I'm not a huge fan of DRM. I used to call it "don't release material."
Yeah.
You know, but I think there's an inherent cost involved in home printing, and I think that's likely to stay for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
So I can see why, when you get to the point where you have scale, you will be in a better position maybe to offer that distribution.
And there's an analogy that we can make here with photography. Photography, you have a printer at home, I'm sure, but if you want quality prints and you want them to be cheap, you will still order them online. And I think it will be roughly the same idea with 3D prints.
Cool, well, thank you very much for that. I think 3D printing is going to be really interesting. Oh, we do have one question over the corner there.
Yeah.
If I could get you to say the question, and then if we can repeat it before we answer.
I'm listening to you. No.
Yeah. Shout.
Just want to ask, what about license property?
Okay.
For example, if you take Clash of Clans, that's their character, but what about racing games, for example?
Okay, this is a key question. What about licenses and properties? The way FabZat works is that we embed a shop within the game. So we do this in agreement with the publisher that themselves, they respect the rights. So we are never in breach of any intellectual property rights. What's that?
If you take our game, a racing game, so you actually would need to talk with every licensor from BMW, Audi, Mercedes.
Just for the audience who can't hear, the question really is about the idea. We have a mic which will come over, but the question is about the nature of the licensing, particularly of cars. And you know, we know how much money and branding and all that kind of stuff is involved in those kind of things. And obviously, that introduces some interesting questions.
Yeah, we've had a case like this where the developer was not the holder of the rights. The case is Asterix, the small Asterix character. There's a company called Édition Albert René, and this company held the rights. So we made a 3-parts deal where they were signing the deal and getting a small cut of the percentage. So when the things that you have in your games are not directly your own property, that's the way we work.
And I think it's an interesting one for a wider question that will really kind of, it's something that Nicholas Lovell talks a lot about, the idea that the whole free-to-play model, the way it's affected, well, digital distribution as alone has affected music, has affected film, has affected games. And I think will inevitably affect every aspect of physical design. So can you really hold on to a right effectively and enforce it, when you get to the point where anything is, basically duplicatable? So that's an interesting question.
Yeah, and one of the issues we have with music is that it wasn't easy enough to access in the past. And that's the reason why, that's one of the reasons why there was so much piracy. What we are trying to do with FabZat is really put the sale at the place it really should be, within the game. The players don't have to leave your game. It's only 2 or 3 clicks away. So it's so tempting, it's not expensive, it ranges from 12 euros to a few hundred euros if you're very enthusiastic. So it's so inexpensive that you're very likely to end up buying from the game directly.
And at the end of the day, I think the reason why I find this area fascinating is because it presents an opportunity for me to have my character.
Exactly.
And that personal social capital, to be able to show off my affiliation for this game, but not just any old object, an object that I created as part of that game.
Yeah.
I think that's imbibed with such emotion, and that emotion is what drives the value.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Cool, thanks.
Bye.